bienvenidos. Me llamo Sunny. Vamos a aprender español. So in the last video I told you that there is a difference in pronunciation of letters C and Z in Spain and Latin America, that is la C y la Z de español. Okay, so we are going to talk in detail about them. So this letter C in Spain is la C. Okay, that means I hit my tongue on my teeth, and in Latin America it's la C, like S. Okay, so we can conclude that in Spain it's almost like TH, not completely TH. The people say that it's the TH sound, but it's not la T, it's la C. So I'm trying to pronounce letter C of an English language, but at the same time I'm hitting my tongue on my teeth. So it's la C in Spain, and it's like S in Latin America. So it's la C in Latin America. In order to understand this in detail, we are going to have some examples. For example, this word is gracias in Spain. Repeat after me, gracias. So I'm hitting my tongue onto my teeth. Gracias, that means thank you, and in Latin America it's gracias, like the S, gracias. Okay, next word, this one is cero in Spain for zero, cero, and in Latin America it would be cero. Okay, third word, which is the center, centro in Spain, centro, and in Latin America it would be centro. Okay, now let's get on to the Z. So this thing is exactly same in case of Z. I mean, the sounds are exactly same, there is no difference. So for example, this word would be zumo, the same sound as C letter, zumo in Spain, and it would be sumo in Latin America. Okay, so zumo or sumo means juice. Okay, next word is azul. Repeat after me, azul in Spain, or azul in Latin America. Azul or azul is blue, I mean blue color. Next is corazón in Spain, corazón, and in Latin America it's corazón. So corazón or corazón is heart. And if you're thinking what this mark is, this is the accent mark. In Spanish language, if you see accent mark on top of any letter, this means that you're supposed to put more stress on that particular letter. Okay, but in the end I want to make one thing clear, that the easier system is the Latin American system, and that's why I taught you the Latin American system last time, because letter C, letter Z and S, all three are pronounced like English language S in Latin American system, and for English speakers it becomes much more easier to pronounce those words. Okay, but if you really want to come to Spain and you want to sound like native Spanish speaker living in Spain, then you should go for this system. Okay, you should always say gracias, not gracias. Okay, now you must be wondering what this term ceseo means. The term ceseo means how the Latin Americans pronounce letter C, letter Z and S of Spanish language in the same way. I mean, for them la C, la Z y la AC are just the same. Okay, so that system is ceseo, or for Spanish speaker ceseo. And this is because of the colonization, because when the colonization happened there was culture exchange and the language exchange and so many things. So that's why the structure or the system of Spanish language is so different in different countries which were colonized by Spanish people. Okay, last time we did some basic alphabetos, and I told you that there are 3 more sounds outside the list of those basic alphabetos, and they are very frequently used. These 3 sounds are those sounds, and let's do them. Number 1 is the CH sound. The good news for English speakers is that it's just the same as we do it in English language. Okay, so for example, we say chocolate in English language, the CH creates the same sound. Okay, I still have a very important example. So the word is chico if it's masculine and chica if it's feminine. So chico is used for boy or young man, and chica is used for young lady or a girl. Okay, so in this case chico masculine or chica feminine is used as a noun. Also chico or chica can be used as adjective to say that something is small in size most of the times, and in some areas you can say it in terms of age as well, if someone is young or old, but most commonly we use it in terms of size. For example, compramos un coche chico, we bought a small car, something like that. Okay, so this is how we use the word chico or chica. Okay, next is the double L sound. The double L sound is a bit tricky for English speakers because this sound do not exist in English language, but the good news is we have to reference sounds in order to understand how to create this sound. Okay, so this double L sound is something between J and Y sound. It's not exactly J sound of English language or not the Y sound of English language, but something in between. You can say that you are trying to create the Y sound, the Y sound, while trying to touch your palate. I'll try to tell you how. For example, this word means to rain, so you'll read it like llover. So I am basically trying to make the Y sound the Y sound, but at the same time I'm hitting my tongue onto my palate. Llover. Okay, and this is very interesting that in Argentina this creates the sh sound. I mean, an Argentinian would say llover, but don't get distracted by this because here we are studying the standard way. The standard way is llover. Also, I is yo. So the good news is, if you know how to create this double L sound, you also know the sound created in Y. So it's just the same. Yo, llover. So yo is I. So basically, by doing this, you have also covered the Y. Next is the double R sound. Okay, so before beginning with the double R sound, I want to make one thing clear, that Spanish is not at all a sophisticated language. I mean, we don't roll the tongue or we don't try to make the words sound soft like we do it in English language. I mean, for example, we try to roll our tongue, especially when we have double R in English language. For example, the word sorry. Okay, so I'm trying to roll my tongue and I'm not hitting it really hard, and the pronunciation is quite sophisticated and gentle. But in Spanish language, single R or double R, they are quite straight. You are not supposed to roll your tongue. You're just going to hit it flat. Okay, so for example, P-E-R-R-O, or rather P-A-R-R-O is dog. Okay, and you pronounce it like perro. Okay, repeat after me, perro. So it's creating a kind of vibration. You are hitting your tongue onto your palate and it's intermittently hitting it and it's creating a vibration. Even when we use single R in place of double R, for example, we also have a word P-E-R-O or P-A-R-O, pero, which means but. There as well, I am trying to keep my tongue flat. I'm not rolling it at all. Pero. Okay? Pero. And if the R doubles itself, it becomes perro. It becomes even harder. So, not at all soft.
Thanks for watching the video, and please don't forget to check out the next video, as there we're going to cover the different sound combinations possible with letter C, G and also letter J. Also, if you want to learn Spanish quick, please check out the other series, which is Spanish Cheat Codes. Please like, comment, share and subscribe and keep studying Spanish.